Since legit, no shit, I had a grip on the game. Keep a hustle, get your paper, and don't fear no man. If you got beef, don't keep it secret, let that young man know. If it's about a bitch, you better chill, let that young man grow. Do your dirt on your own, that leaves no reason to snitch. And you can't trust most niggas, so keep your eyes on your clique. Keep them squares out your circle and put your family first. Then again, watch them too, cause they'll do you the worst. The earlier the bird, nigga, the better the worm. The more work you put in, nigga, the more that you earn. And don't be falling for these hoes, they just chasing the bag. They'll fuck you, say they love you long as you raking in cash. But the second you fall off, they ain't holding you down. You need a queen for a king, help you straight. Yo. Welcome to Oguan Red Present Bird Talk, where we'll be talking to you about the current shows that everybody's watching right now. Today, we'll be covering Snowfall, the Franklin Saints Chronicles. And I'll be doing this all with my man, V Grand.
So what's going on, Warren Raggers? This VA, Portsmouth. We outside.
We outside. You already know. So what you thinking, man? What you think about episode 9, man? Sacrifices. What you thinking?
Hey, man, that was a classic episode.
It was.
Very classic episode. I loved it.
I did. I think, for a combination of all the shows put together, I think this was for episode season 6. Episode 9, the episode before the season finale,
right?
They put a lot of stuff on the line,
yes.
and I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying?
We seen a lot of storylines with in this episode. Also,
absolutely.
Auntie.
Yep.
Mrs. Saint.
Yep.
Franklin
Saint. So, I mean, who you think made the biggest sacrifice?
I say Mrs. Saint
because she killed Teddy.
Yep. I don't like how she did it. I don't. She killed her before she got the code.
Right. I don't agree with it.
Right.
I don't agree with it because I felt like, of course, I want Franklin to win.
Yes.
If she was gonna kill him anyway, she should have waited,
put
the code in, then kill that motherfucker.
Saying Franklin, that's your son. You should want him to get the bread.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And we wouldn't be here where we at right now.
Right.
If it weren't for the auntie.
Yes. She's the blame for everything. She don't want to take the blame, but she's the blame for
goddamn
everything.
Louis. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for Louis. Because if Louis would have never went behind his back and got Teddy as the plug, Franklin would have still been in the game, still been the plug.
Everything would have been the same. Just under one umbrella.
Because I noticed in the last episode, she blamed Franklin for Jerome's death.
Yes.
Ain't no way you can do that.
No way.
You can't. How you gonna blame him for Franklin's death when you the reason why y'all even in this situation in the first place? Stop that. You can't blame Franklin. You gotta blame yourself for that.
No doubt.
Y'all would have never been beefing with Kane if you didn't go behind Franklin's back and put a hit on him.
Yes.
It would never been no beef.
She wanted the power. She felt like she wasn't appreciated as a woman, so she wanted the power. So she would do anything.
The only person that had a beef that Kane had a beef with really was Franklin and Leon.
Yes.
Yeah, when he shot the funeral up, Louis got hit.
Yep.
Now everybody want revenge, and then the third. You killed this man's brother.
Yeah. And he was fresh out, and that was his mission.
Yeah, I'm finna take care of that.
Yeah.
But then when Leon went to, I honestly think when Leon then went to him, hey, look, we got it. No, shit was fucked up.
He was cool with Leon.
Right. And so they kind of figured it out. They was going to start running them a package. Right. Everybody was going to eat.
Yep.
Realize our mistakes.
Right.
But then Louis went behind his back and put a hit on the man. Yep. Failed hit.
Yes.
At that.
Yes.
Failed hit at that. You had a crackhead to do a hit.
Right. Matter of fact, in this episode, he talking about he got to use the bathroom. He behind the tree getting high.
Hitting the pipe. You messing with a crackhead. And so now...
So what, do you think she should have killed him?
Yes.
Buckley?
Yeah, she should have killed him. He ain't no good to nobody.
Keep him alive. What you think?
She mentioned somebody's kids. I don't know, man. I don't really know why they wrote that into the show and let him stay alive. She should have killed him.
Yeah.
She should have killed him.
Bottom line.
No question. I think she. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go back and say this.
What?
I think the only reason Franklin didn't kill his little girlfriend from next door, the cop's daughter,
right?
Because he had already blamed her dad.
Okay.
He had already killed her dad. But truthfully, if it wasn't for her dad, I think she was supposed to. When she started running the stores and shit, to me, she a liability. She gotta go.
No doubt.
She gotta go. So I don't agree. I agree with the show. I don't agree with nothing that Louis did. She was selfish.
Right.
She was manipulative. You know what I'm saying? She really did. She still was, be honest with you, she didn't know what she wanted. She didn't know she wanted to be with the girl. She didn't know she wanted to be with Jerome. After the shit didn't work out with the girl, she went back to Jerome. Then now you getting money. You getting big money.
Right.
Y'all open up car stereo shops, all this and that third. Oh, we don't want to be up under Franklin. But Franklin,
it's greed. It's always greed when you're in that game like that.
But Franklin was taking all the smoke for everybody.
He was the one handling all the issues.
Yeah.
Any issue that came, he would come and step in.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't agree with that's what I think the biggest problem.
But the hardest thing to me in this episode was when Franklin flew Gustavo to Mexico, man.
That's solid.
I got one more thing to do. I promised it, and I ain't gonna, you know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna fault on that.
Yeah,
that
was solid.
But that was, you know, and what motherfuckers need to understand, that's the cost of business.
Yes.
You make a promise to somebody, man. Business.
You got to hold. That's all you got.
You handle.
All you got is your word.
All you got is your word.
And
Franklin held that man down. And I always liked Gustavo.
Me too.
Ever since
I was a fan of Gustavo.
Franklin was in that neighborhood, and them the Mexican guys was about to fuck him up.
Yep.
And Gustavo stepped in and saved them. I have been fucking with Gustavo
since then.
Yep.
I say Gustavo solid.
Mm-hmm.
Super solid.
He was. Just like when Gustavo was doing the deal with the female, that first female he fell in love with, and that other dude, he read through that dude and me like, this dude, you know what I'm saying, this nigga's soft.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't going for, he was listening to the female, what she was saying, but he wasn't going for that dude talking about, because he was sorry. He knew he was suspect.
He knew it.
What
you think about the KGB guy though? What you think gonna happen to him?
So that's Franklin only play.
Okay.
At this point. That's his only play.
Okay.
Can't go
what
back.
You think he gonna use? What he gonna use them?
He gonna have to use them. You got to use him as a piece.
Gotcha.
You got to use him as a piece to pawn. Probably go to the Fed, FBI.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something else. I think too. Another one of my theories.
What?
Remember how they found the codes on the back of Teddy ID?
Yep.
I think he gonna go back because the way the show be going, like he gonna go back in the garage where he was keeping Teddy at, and be panicking because he killed him. His mom about to go to jail. Like fuck. Right. And then he gonna stop starting thinking, he gonna still have some stuff in there, Teddy's. And he gonna start looking through that stuff, and he gonna see a picture of his son or something, be like, that's the password. And he gonna get some money.
You think so?
I think so.
You think he gonna get the bread? So what you think gonna happen? You think he gonna get the bread or do a deal?
He gonna get the bread. If he gonna do anything, he gotta get the bread first.
Gotcha.
And then do the deal. Because the same thing, how Gustavo made sure his old lady and the kids was good.
Right.
He gonna get the bread and make sure his old lady and the baby is good, and then make the deal and see what transpired. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be one of those plays like I may have to go to jail for some years.
Right.
But the business being handled, they set up. Then when I come out, I'm straight.
I'm straight. I can roll with that.
I mean, that's just a theory of mine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's gonna happen. That's just one of my theories that
there's many things that can happen. They left it open. Mm-hmm. We don't know how it's gonna go in the last episode, in the finale.
We don't, bro. But the thing is, I will say the writers, even with John Singleton. It's not even with the fact that John Singleton passed away, bro. I think the writers, after he passed, continue to do a good job.
They still got him on the thing as an executive producer.
Because that's his estate that's still getting that credit.
The writers were strong. So he built the team.
He built a nice team.
Yeah, it won't just him. He built a nice writing team.
That kept the show
elevated and moving along.
Right.
I think it was a great 6 seasons, man.
It was, man. I enjoyed this one. And I know we talking about Snowfall, right?
Right.
But I went back, man. Somebody had been telling me for years to watch Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And I ain't watching it. Man, I messed around and put an episode on, bro, and I couldn't stop watching.
Locked in.
I watched about 2 episodes when I was locked in. I was watching 5 episodes. I had 8 seasons. I was watching 5 episodes a day.
Oh, you ran them down.
Easy. So, and the same thing with Snowfall. Snowfall was one of them shows, man.
So you didn't get on it right in the
I didn't get on Snowfall from the day it came out. But I kept seeing, advertising for it, kept seeing it on different shit. I kept seeing people on Facebook talk about it. I said, let me see what this talking about. And I started watching it.
And it slowly grabbed me. It won't like it just snatched me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a slow build.
I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, bro, and I was locked in.
Yep.
I was locked in.
Yep.
So I appreciate the writers for still having the correct mindset to keep writing the episodes in the show the way it was, because They closed it. Now I think if John Cena would have lived, we could have did more than 6 seasons.
Sure. And probably been a couple spinoffs. I heard they talking about it may be a spinoff with Wanda and maybe Leon, but we'll see.
You have to see, see how that work. I don't know how they going. I have to see what angle they gonna play.
Right. Because if Leon don't die,
what they could do, they could play that whole. They could try to play that whole Africa thing, but I don't know if that's gonna sell. You know what I'm saying?
I think it'd be a play on her. She got the shelter now.
Mm-hmm.
He trying to be for the community. They probably have drugs around it, but I don't think that'll be their thing.
That'll be they outlook. They'll be on something else.
Yeah,
man. But what's your ideas on what you think gonna happen in episode 10?
With Louis, this is what I would do if I was Louis. If the feds or the DEA is after me, when you that big time, you probably got some type of drop bag or somewhere you can go with passports, money. I'm getting out the country. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do if I'm Louis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With Franklin, I think I kind of agree with what you're saying. If somehow he can find them codes somehow, if he get the codes, he not gonna need the KGB. He not gonna be able to, he ain't gonna need to do no deal with the KGB and the DEA.
To keep him going to jail or keep him doing a whole bunch of time.
Because if not, you'll just be on the run the whole time.
But if you flee,
I'm going to a country where you can't even come get me.
Right, but your business is here.
I'm dropping everything. If I'm gonna leave with the whole pot now, Teddy dead. I get the whole 74 mil. I'm good. I'm gonna go invest in some real estate when I flee the country, and I'm gonna set up shop like that. The drug business, I'm done with it.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. I think that he should, if he get the bread, he should set old girl up. Go to the FBI with the idea of the KGB agent. Okay. Look, I got the KGB agent. They applied on the United States. I was dealing with the DEA. Blah blah blah. Run the whole story down to him. I won't give up the KGB agent unless we make a deal where I get minimal time. I tell y'all everything. So you would still use him as a pawn. I would still use him as a pawn. That's solid. Still use a pawn, and I may have to go to jail for a few years.
I got you.
All right, we can make a deal with you.
I feel that.
You can't go totally free. We got to give you gonna have to do time. You have to do 5 years. Yeah. I mean, in the federal.
But if I do that deal, y'all can't touch my 74 million.
Right, that's that.
Y'all can't touch my money, man.
Yeah,
I done lost it once.
That's gone. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. So that had to be the deal. You know what I mean? I can see that going. I can see that going that way, but who knows with these shows? I agree with that. But I think that'd be. I think it'd be good. He'll set old girl up, set his kid up. You know what I'm saying? Because I think she lost that kid though.
I think when she went down.
Yeah,
it was a sign that
they ain't saying nothing else about it though. I think they're gonna hit us with it.
It's in the back.
I think they're gonna hit it with it in the finale.
Because this episode was like an hour and 15 minutes. It ain't in right at 11.
Right.
I said this ain't still rolling.
And she might know it already that she's losing the boy. She done lost the baby and don't want to put no pressure on them. Yeah, just like I'm gonna wait till this is.
Salute to her. Right. She came in and jolted him.
Right.
He was tapped out before she came in.
Right.
She had that oil. And it was on.
Yeah, like I'm ready.
She the real savage.
This is how we're gonna take. This is how we're gonna.
She the real savage.
Oh yeah, she definitely a savage. She definitely a savage, man. She definitely a savage. I think that they did a real good job. I haven't mentioned this already. I'm gonna say it again. I think they did a real good job of showing us the growth of Franklin. Right. From him just being a college kid, selling little bags of weed, and becoming the Franklin Saint who we know today. Yeah. And I think that jail time he did, that's what changed. That's what switched him from the old Franklin to the Franklin Saint we know now to the savage. That's what started putting him in that path. Like I'm that guy now. Now it's business.
That scene was strong,
real hard. The one when he came in there and told him to handle his business, he went back in there and took his shoes. But I was on the edge of the couch. I enjoyed every moment of that.
I said Franklin back.
Yes. No, I said Franklin's here. Franklin's here. I said Franklin. Here we go. Yeah. Now we about to get started. Now you about to see a savage.
Yeah. And it's been like that the whole ever since.
Kane Franklin when he was on the cane. Yeah. Monster. Yeah. Monster.
Heavy.
Enjoyed every minute of it, bro.
Super heavy.
Enjoyed every minute, man. Yeah. Hey, so I'm looking forward to episode 10, man. Yeah. We're going to come back after we watch episode 10 drop, man. We're going to come back. We're going to analyze it. We're going to go through. We're going to bring warm raggers out there another episode where we just going to break down episode 10 and talk a little bit more about Snowfall, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Welcome to this segment of a Warm Rag podcast. We're going to keep bringing this heat at you. Keep putting it on your head. Yeah. Keep paying attention. We outside. Thin Line, Alabama's finest. My man V Grand, P-Town. We out. Salute.